Hello, happy weekend. Here for another weekly insight. I hope you're all having a great weekend. Obviously I was in Spain last week, and now I am fully back in England, and the weather's a bit rubbish, as no doubt most of you be aware. Haven't done much this weekend, to be honest. I ended up partying during the week last week, and that kind of knocked me for six because I'm too old and can't handle it anymore. So I've been doing exciting things like being around my friend's house, changing my brakes on my car. So Tom, if you're watching, thank you very much for that, mate. I really appreciate that. Okay, so don't want to waste too much time. Let's have a quick look. Weekly close. So what's happened last week? Well, not much happened last week. I basically got 0% flat, basically. Now this graph... I've noticed there's a couple of discrepancies in my numbers, and I won't go into how I've got out of it, but, well, I will go into how I've got out of it. There's a discrepancy in my numbers of about £8, and I can't for the life of me work out where it's come from. So what I've done is where I do my calculations to my chart, I think around here or somewhere in the middle anyway, I basically ironed it out and lowered it because it was showing that I was a little bit up when I'm actually 0.16% down. For this 6 months, so this is since July, beginning of July. So January, February, March, April, May, June, first 6 months, July, August, September. That's basically how I've set it up. So I'm flat for this, and I'm all right. I'm all right with that, actually. I've had a quick review of my trades, as does one of my other sort of mentors I trade with, and yeah, very similar to him. It's been the indices which have been like ruining my balances. So I'm actually completely all right with breaking even at the moment because I've had some shockers, and I also think that I've been learning a lot in the market recently. It hasn't been playing ball, and I've been a bit unlucky. So as I say, breaking even, I'm fine with it. Not that I'm saying luck plays a massive part, but anyway. So that's that. So I'm more than happy with that. Let's look forward a little bit. So what have I got open at the moment? Well, this bloody New Zealand CAD thing is still on the table, which I'll show you again. I show you this every week. New Zealand CAD. Let's get the weekly chart up. That didn't work very well, did it? New Zealand CAD. So these are open trades I'm looking at now, right? So we've got the weekly over here, and on the right hand side I'll put the daily. So yeah, you can. I always put the weekly up with this one because you can there see the trade that I was playing. So I'm playing off the support line short. But will it go down? No, it won't. I mean, every time it looks like it's going to roll over, every time I see a bit of red, it doesn't. So I've actually got a buy entry up here as as an advanced hedge, but I might transfer that back into a stop actually and just take the hit because I've noticed my risk on this is already 1%. Well, I haven't noticed them. My risk on this is 1%, and I don't really want to increase that. And obviously, jumping on the other side of it will increase that exposure. Having said all of that, this is big support, and you could argue that this has been going uptrend and now it's kind of stuck. It is likely if it makes it through here, it will ping off the other side, but perhaps I want to treat that as a separate trade. Anyway, that's New Zealand CAD. Great news, isn't it? So the other one I've got open, GBP Aussie. Now, GBP made a bit of a move last week to the downside. So let's get a daily and an 8-hourly chart. I did post this out. I posted this out. I thought it might be looking a bit short, and yeah, it went short. I think I got in an entry. I can't remember. I think I got in on an entry on the 8-hour. I just started to see this roll over, and I got in first. Oh, yeah, that was right. I got in first here, and yeah, I was really annoyed actually because I don't need two trades open. It's only one position. I wanted to put the whole position on here, but what happened was I put the order in on FXCM, which is a platform I use. And basically, I used to have two accounts running, so I had two accounts under the same thing. See if I can show you actually. So if I do create an entry order, will it do it? Yeah, it has this drop down here for two accounts. So when I put the entry in, it defaulted to this for some reason, which is my old account. And then, when I switched that to be, my actual live account number, it reset the position size, which was really annoying because it means I went in on the first trade with. Let me bring this over for you. If my mouse can work to screen 4, are you going to work? Bloody computers. Yeah, so it means my first trade, which is now up 270 pips, only went in at 0.6 pounds a pip, and really I was trying to get 0.18. But anyway, there you go. Life's a bitch, right? And I have managed to catch a bit more of this. I did get a second position in, as you can see, and then just fortunately for me, it really tanked it. I presume there's some news feeding that on Friday. So that trade I'm really happy with. There were a number of other GBP shorts I saw coming up, but to be honest, the markets were chewing last week as far as I couldn't work out if it was because I just got back from holiday or if the markets were behaving weird. And I came to the conclusion that I think they were behaving a little bit weird at the beginning of the week. And by weird, I mean they weren't really trending. They didn't really know what they were doing. I'm not saying they know what they're doing now. I've only got 2 trades open, one of which I hate and one of which this one already looks like it's moved quite far. But I think it's, I just think last week was a bit weird. So I'm hoping this week might be a bit easier. As far as this trade goes, why I got into it, I mean, I did post all this, but it's my usual thing. I like to, I personally love it when I see divergence between price and momentum. So you've got the price going up there. So how would I have seen this? So it's a bit like this. And the price is on its way up, but then I start seeing things like this down here on the MACD, which basically, I mean, this is an old thing I picked up, well, not years ago, a couple of years ago when I was trading. It just basically indicates that this might be losing momentum. Okay, and I say might. It's just another feather in the cap of trading, right? It's not necessarily, it doesn't mean it's going to change. It just builds when you build up this picture of what your trade. What might happen, that's one thing which says so. And then, the market kind of did that. I think I might have gone in a little bit early because I'd seen it on a lower time frame. So I wasn't technically trading just directly off the 8. But it was just it was just setting up quite nicely for me. And I had a few criteria as to why I could short it. So I did. And so far it's paid off. So, and I'm not saying it will carry on because it seems to be every time I sit here on a Sunday and tell everyone about how well this trade's going, first thing that happens on Monday is ping and I'm out of it. So what I will be doing tonight is I will be moving my stops to break even on this. I've got 270 pips and 17 pips locked in on each one. I don't see any reason why not to take the risk off the table on this one, to be honest. I've also set, sorry, this was jumping a bit. I've also set a target down here because, this kind of pattern here, this here is one of my limits, one of my targets for where this might get to. It may well reverse here, and I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I think I'll just leave it. But I'm going to take some money off the table at this level, if anyone else is trading this, and I'll leave a little bit on just to run and see how that goes. Okay, so that's GBP Aussie. I've kind of talked about that far too much. Yeah, silver was doing something. Silver again doesn't. I'm always keeping my eye on silver. Silver's doesn't really know what it's doing. I've got an order in there, and as you know, I've got money invested in it and in my ETFs. It's not really trending at the moment. It's a bit confused. Other things I need to do. Right, so this is a great example of why you don't. I did a post the other day I was at Reading Festival, and I don't think anyone really liked it. And I'm not sure if I was clear because I was a bit in the party zone. I kept going on about the buy at market button, but what I mean is execution at market, right? Why I think it's the most dangerous thing on the platform. So I've got notes here. Where have I got this? Actions, delete orders, so GBP Swiss. And this will be, before I load this, so this will be exactly why I prefer to set orders as opposed to doing anything at market. Because if it's at market, you can kind of get dragged along to, oh yeah, okay, so I'll just go in and then maybe this. And this is an exact example of why why using the at market button is on your side. So you can see here, can you see here? Yeah, I'm just checking your view of it. You can see here, this is where my order was, right? So I think it was probably on a 2-hour chart. Sorry, that's not very helpful. Let's do it on the other side. Let's try it on this one because it will be the itchy. Yeah, I can't remember then. I can't remember what my order was. Was it the 8? I can't remember what my criteria were. But, and this is a big important but, for some reason, and I can't remember the entry here, but I thought that at this area we could be going. It might be a momentum divergence. I can't remember. But the point was, when I was looking at this chart, I was thinking, yeah, this is starting to. Maybe I thought it was losing momentum here, and I thought, yeah, this could take off. But because I didn't pull the trigger on it, and I did it as an entry order, and to be fair, I was reasonably lucky. I didn't get clipped in there. This has saved me all of this loss. So that just, for my money, it kind of just backs up the point that orders are so much less risky than execution orders when you put an order in as opposed to buying at market or selling at market. I just think it's much less risky for exactly that reason. And I had 2 of these up on GBP, and yeah, well, there you go. There's the proof is in the pudding. God, did I just say that? Yeah, I really did. All the proof and the pudding stuff. What else is going on this week? So USD CAD, I've noted down there. Yeah, that's doing something. Euro GBP, Euro GBP. Now, I mean, I'm just a technical trader, right? So I just looking at the pretty patterns. Oh yeah, this is another example of where I thought it might go short. I'm sure it was a 2 hour. Okay, so this is one where you can see the 2 hour. So when it was around here, it must have got to here. I thought, well, if it gets through here, then if it gets under this peak here, I'm going short. Because it was rolling over, yeah, and you can see that rolling over. And when you're looking at charts like this, you start thinking, yeah, okay, this is on its way. So maybe it was down there, but I didn't. And again, that saved me a load of money. However, with this one, I am probably going to keep the order there and just keep moving it sort of up with it, because I think there is potential. I've got this massive, and I know I'm always talking about this, but I'm not saying this is fail proof, but it's made me some money recently. Is I've got this massive momentum divergence here between momentum and price. As you can see, so price is going up, making new highs, and this is going down. So I just think there's the possibility that it's run out of steam, okay? And then if it does come up here, as it's doing now, it might make a kind of nice head and shoulders pattern and then be ready to short. So around this 8,600, I think it could potentially short, which will then throw, if it's short, GBP becomes bullish again. So that'll probably see my GBP Aussie trade flip the other side. But anyway, that's kind of what I'm looking at with that one. As for other stuff, yeah, I haven't got too much to talk about. Indices, again, I really don't want to say it, but you're starting to see, this is losing momentum here. So hopefully that means the indices are on the way down, but I've been caught out by them a million times. Weekly looks like it's starting to lose momentum. Who knows? I've been in this trade and I got clipped out. I've been in the JER 30 and I've been clipped out, and I'm just can't be arsed with it now, even though it looks even more likely it's going to fall. But please don't think I'm not capitalising on this potential fall. I do think the equity markets are going to crash, as do lots of people that I trade with, as does my mentor. So, at some point it will. And I've got other things, which are looking after that fall. So I'm just not doing it in FXCM, which is a shame because I've burnt a lot of money through that. Anyway, that's probably it for now. I have noticed that on Sundays that there's not usually that many setups come up. Usually find them in the week, so I will try and post those out. I don't want to bore anyone with too much stuff. I will try and post those out. We've got plenty of news coming out this week. These is just the what do you call it? High importance news. So you can have a look at that. Probably, I don't know, nothing that I can see there that's killing me. USD rate decision. Yeah, I need to find out what that means, because that could be very important. Yeah, okay, maybe so maybe a big day on Wednesday actually. But anyway, I don't trade the news. I just look at it for what might give the markets a kick, basically. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that was helpful in some way. I'll put this up. Please do like it, share it, comment on it, whatever you like. If it's in any way helpful, I really appreciate the comments. I say it's just my journal, my way through the markets at the moment. Hope you're having fun with it all, and I hope you're living the dream. Live the dream. See you later.